Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Just another sour old bastard sitting in his chair I hate social media. In a lot of ways I do. I don't like it. I don't dislike it in the entertainment value and allows people to express themselves. I hate the fact that everybody feels like they have to in order to try and make money because nobody's willing to work together. Does that make sense? So somebody just made I just answered a post that, in the end, either we figure out ways to get closer to one another, or we figure out ways and keep creating things to separate us. Mostly means of exchange. Because the means of exchange means that you have to sell yourself for something. Whereas the way that you get closer to someone or someone else is to do what you're asked. Care about their needs. Be empathic about what they want. So if you do what you're asked, that's kind of the opposite of saying, hey, this is what I can do for you, right? So it's always, so until we start creating communities where we do what we're asked, then what's the point of this? I mean, I've probably gone over this subject, I don't know how many times on my channel, but we'll go over it again because, YouTube likes algorithms that just repeat the people repeating themselves over and over and over and over. Or, I don't know. Sorry. So yeah, think about how your body's made up. What does a healthy organism look like? A DNA strand that carries information and moves information, and the way it's structured is just a ladder diagram. Why can't we structure ourselves like a ladder diagram? A lot of people, and I know this is a thing, is people are afraid of becoming insignificant. Well, sorry. I mean, in the end, there's only one consciousness, and it's non-local, and it's just being expressed through every vessel through a specific type of filter to make us seem like we're special. But really, we're not, right? Because we've already existed as each other when you break the timeline down to zero. So, I mean, I just got a blackberry seed. I drank a smoothie this morning, fell out of my tooth. Anyway, what else is there to say about it? You create a means of exchange in a healthy community. Now, I ran the numbers, and I'm just going to throw it here on this channel, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about. For one thing, in a healthy family, everyone shares the tasks that need to be done in the family, right? Because if they don't, then one person has to do them all, and then they're pooped, and everybody else is doing nothing. So nobody's happy because you've broken down the family structure where you're sharing the load across the number of people so that everybody gets to enjoy one another and whatever happens together as a family. When nobody does anything, when mom has to wash the dishes, fold the clothes, do all the laundry, clean the house, and everybody else is, dad goes to work. He just wants to relax when he gets home, and the kids don't help with any of it. Sometimes kids are too young to help. But when they get old enough, they should, we as children should take care of our tasks that have been handed to us, and that do it in a balanced way. And then feel free to say, hey, look, I think I'm doing more than my fair share. Or we're just doing too much stuff and we don't have enough time to spend with one another. What's the purpose of this life if all we're doing is taking care of the farm? Right? We're not living in a balanced community. How can we balance ourselves with our family and the community? Same thing. So less than 30% of the global workforce, ages 18 to 65, are put towards water, food, shelter, utilities, medical services, travel. The other 70% is being put towards something else. And if it's not supporting our basic needs, the things that actually, how much of it's being put into entertainment? Probably an imbalanced ratio. And the people that are putting their effort into entertainment, they have no connection with water, food, shelter. I mean, if you run the numbers, if you equalize, if everybody had to do what they're asked in a balanced society to support the minimum things that we need to survive and thrive, both survive and thrive, because it's not just surviving, you want to thrive. And travel enables us to thrive. But if we also have access to food, water, shelter, travel, medical, the average person would work less than 10 hours a week if you just did what you're asked, if you just had everybody do that, take care of those things. And then your skill sets would naturally align with something that probably you'd be asked. People intuitively understand what you're good at, and then you're asked to do whatever it is that thing you need to do. The rest of the time, it'd all be entertainment and innovation. If you want to work 40 hours a week, if you want to work 50 hours a week, it'd be all innovation and entertainment. It would be literal heaven on earth. But because certain people don't want to do certain things and would rather have you do it for them, we create money. So that we can create an imbalance and feed off of each other like animals. That's why they call it chattel paper. People have written books on how money is, trying to figure out the right economic situation for our society is really, how we're going to fix things, Yeah. No. Sorry. Anybody that believes in money, I would like to say that they're a moron, but they just don't understand. Your cells don't have to sell themselves to other cells. Otherwise, your body would break down and you die really quickly. Right? There isn't a central exchange, an SEC, this is Security and Exchange Commission inside your body. If there was, then parts of your body would find agendas to make sure that they could coerce the SEC to make sure that they got more energy than the other part of the body, and then it would grow cancerous and you would die really quickly. Actually, it happens in real life. People get cancer and die because part of their body tries to cannibalize the rest of their body. Yeah. I hope this message is breaking through to you guys in some way. I mean, people complain about it all the time, but they never give a solution because money enables corruption. Always will. Without money, people that do things that are bad for the rest of the community get kicked out. That's the only thing that you can do with them. You can't make money by locking them up in a cell like you do now. So your only option is to kick them out of the town. What else is there to do? You can't deal with somebody that doesn't want to do what they're asked. You kick them out. Or if they're trying to sexually molest your kids, kick them out of town. Sink them in the river, for God's sakes. You don't have to, you don't have to put up with them. Either kill them or get rid of them. One or the other. And either way is fine with me. Whatever the community wants is fine with me. I'm not in charge. I don't believe anybody should be in charge. I think you should be able to create a system where we always can come to a majority group decision. And we have applications that could do that very easily now. Randomize people out of the economy. And if you see something that you don't agree with, say no. And then we'll amend it until most people say yes. And it would happen very quickly. But we don't do that in this country because everything is run by money. And it's centrally controlled for that reason. If the other kids... I love my brother. He's so honest. If the other kids on the playground are playing a game that you don't want to play, don't play with them. Go play something somewhere else. Right? There's a really powerful message at the end of the movie War Games with Matthew Broderick. And this is another thing that Ken said. It's like, the moral of that story is the only way to win is to not play. That's what the machine figures out at the end, and how they get out of DEFCON 6 or whatever it is, a nuclear war. Is the only way to win is to not play. So if somebody's playing a game that you can't win, don't play it. Play a different game. Stay at home. Stop going to work for somebody else that just wants to feed off your creative energy. Right? What else? Don't play their game. Just don't do it. What else is there to say? Don't live in their system. Eventually, things will come to an abrupt halt very quickly. I guarantee you, if enough people really understood and said, no, we're not going to play your game anymore. We want to actually grow closer together and build a healthy community. You guys do what you want to do, and we'll go over here and do what we want to do, and then we'll watch you self-destruct, because that's what'll happen. Especially if you really think about what's going on. If you don't even have to think about it, you can intuitively know. The people that are willing to put up with the most bullshit, I'm not going to say BS, I'm going to say bullshit, are the ones that are going to walk away. The ones that are left behind are the ones that really believe in the power of money. And so the only way for them to keep that system afloat will be to flood it with more crap, or just restructure it really quick. But the people that really loved them and cared about them already left. They got nobody to feed off anymore. The healthy part of the organism left the system. I'm just prophesying to you guys, just trying to explain, what things look like on the, group level. I don't like, doing like tarot card readings or anything like that, because I think it's a waste of time. Each of us as an individual can grow closer to another individual just by doing what we're asked and loving one another unconditionally, no matter what we're going through. Blah, 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 blah. Being compassionate. And yeah, so those are simple spiritual principles that come along with anything, and then anything can be healed. There isn't anything that can't be healed. All you have to do is believe and speak words of healing to one another. But at the same time, we have to make sure we understand what's going on, which is why I'm making this video today, in spite of other things that I really want to do or not do, or me trying to wake up in the morning and being so, it's true. Most mornings I wake up, it's like, why would I even try? Nobody's even talking about these issues. Everybody's selling some kind of BS, or saying, hey, this is what you're going through, and this is what you need to worry about, and blah, blah, blah. But nobody's going to close. Everyone's isolated. And so 90% of the spiritual community is all about, you take care of you, and, I'll heal myself. It's like, no, you're not healed if you're not willing to, if you can't accept somebody from where they're at and think that you can believe in one another to create whatever it is that you want to create, then no, you're not healed. Sorry. Who are you to be telling me what my spiritual state is? Yeah. Anyway, don't ever be afraid of letting things go, because material possessions is what really gets you. Trying to hang on to something when you think all you gotta do is just let it go. Then you're a lot happier. I guarantee you. You'll eat. Just love the people around you. Stop going to work for other people that just want to feed off you, because that's all they're doing. What really is the most unresting thing are public entities where there isn't a private entity that's taking a profit, that is just a control-based structure. And the way that the business is structured is intentionally structured to make sure that you do whatever the government entity wants you to do. Those are disgusting. Everybody who is right in their head should immediately leave those immediately. If everybody left the government structures that we have right now, doesn't matter what country you're in, they're all bad. They're all central control structures. And then figured out, a way to work together. It would say, hey, as long as it's not centrally controlled and it's decentralized, let's do it. That's the only parameter. Decentralization. The only thing is that each individual is about controlling themselves and willing to do what they're asked inside that system. Outside it, tell them go to hell. It's all centrally controlled. It's all garbage. They don't know what they're doing. They're insane. We are insane. We are insane for most of our evolutionary process. I was insane as a bird, right? We fed on each other. It's just an animal nature. I'm going to stop blabbing on because I think I'll just, I'll go insane, right? So, yeah. Love you guys. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't make this video. I feel drawn to because, yeah. Anyway, catch you later. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.